Welcome. It's Monday, February 5th, 2018. It's the SOS show with James Lott Jr. I am James Lott Jr., the super organizer. Having the SOS because I hear it, I see it, I feel it, and I'm here to help. Welcome to the show today. We're back on our usual Monday slot. Last week we were on last Tuesday, so if you're looking for us on Monday, we were on Tuesday. 30th. So you can go to iHeartradio, of course, Spreaker.com, iTunes. You can find us on there. The episode is there, and I talked to Steri Clean. Good episode. You want to listen because they talk about hoarding cleanup, crime scene cleanup, and things all in between. And so they do the heavy lifting in that area. And so it was a good conversation. And I have a great show for you today, of course, too. I have a returning guest. Was Claire Tompkins coming back. I love when my guests return. I love that I can say I've been on the radio long enough that people can return to my show. But of course, before I do anything else, I always do my things in gratitude. And I want these three are birthday shout-outs, basically. And I love them, and I live the gratitude that are in my lives. Cousin Kim in Ohio, happy birthday. To my niece and nephew Matthias and Greta, happy birthday to you guys. The birthdays just passed, but they were recently, and their kids, they're just wonderful kids who are smart, and funny, and creative, and personable, and it's just it's a joy to see them grow up. Their parents, shout out to their parents, my niece Shelly and nephew Todd, great people. It's a great little family that I just love so much, and I'm doing gratitude. Family is important. As you guys know, over the last couple of years, I've lost so many members of my family suddenly. So I'm holding on to everybody I can. As you say, everybody I can do this. I'm excited because we're going to talk about something that's very interesting. A technique that Claire Tompkins, Clutter Coach, does. And it just kind of just brings me up to a little bit of what organizers do. There's so many different techniques to things. There's no one way to get somewhere, and it's very interesting to hear other people what they've come up with, things they have tried, things they have learned. Organizers come from all walks of life. Many people have degrees in various areas of sociology, psychology, some of us medical, marketing. I mean, it's just so many different. We come from all kinds of, because there was no kind of growing up and like, I want to be an organizer. That just kind of wasn't a thing. Now we're in industry, and there are people who could be listening to this saying they want to be organizers. And it's funny. I'm back in school, and there are schools that have organizing related degrees and certifications. I just got several more last month. Certifications. I got a certification as a virtual assistant and things like that. And I'm working on my time management one. There's just so many different areas of life that organizers touch. There's almost as many subjects to learn within that. And so your organizers out there, a lot of them are going to school, taking classes, taking courses, and really trying to hone their skills and learn even just better ways to help you get organized and help you live a life of organization. I applaud all of them for continuing the knowledge, and I'm part of an organization called NAPO, which is our national association, and productivity and organization, and they offer courses for us. They have workshops, they have audio series. I mean, it's a great thing. And I love that I'm able to now kind of add to the list because I put out my life coaching web series, a lot of help podcast last year. And now I'm starting to teach for NAPO at certain conferences. And I just think we all of us have a lot of different ways we do things and a twist on something maybe that we found works for our clients we want to share with everybody. And that includes other organizers and people at large and potential clients and clients. And it's just I just love this industry so much. I say it all the time. I live in thanks and gratitude that I found an industry that I love so much that I can't get enough of, that I can talk about it all day long. And being in school and even at this age, and learning more, just more things, interesting things, and it's a fascinating. I can do this forever. Long as I have breath and I can get out of bed and walk around, whatever, I'm going to continue doing this. And I love doing this media stuff, podcasting, radio shows, TV, books, my music. I'm enjoying all of it. I'm really, really enjoying all of it, and it's just been amazing. So I live in gratitude and thanks for that. So we're going to go to a couple of commercials. And then when we come back, we'll talk to Claire Tompkins, Clutter Coach. And we're going to talk about a technique she talks that's very interesting. When I introduce her and we actually say what the technique is, you'll be like, what? But it seems to work. And I'm very excited to have her back on. It's the SOS Show with James Lott Jr. And stay tuned. Hi, I'm James Lott Jr., professional organizer and certified life coach, and the owner of A Lot of Help. I have a new series podcast called 15 Tips to Self-Care Series 1. It is 15 individual tracks, all short length, that tackle a subject that's very useful in life. Some of them are for business, some are for personal, some are for organizing, and they're all educational. I invite you to go to Spreaker.com/JLJ Media and take a listen. Pick one. You don't have to go in order. You can pick from 15 first and go to 1, or 1 and go to 15. Subjects like procrastination is no joke, what is a life coach, and everything in between. Go to Spreaker.com/JLJ Media and go to 15 Tips to Self-Care Series 1. Also, visit us on the Facebook page, A Lot of Help. Hello and welcome back to the SOS Show with James Lott Jr. I am James Lott Jr., your super organizer. As I told you before the break, we have a great guest who's a returnee, and it makes me so happy that I've been on the air long enough to have people return to my show. Makes me happy, and that they're still in business too. As you know, things out there, anything can happen. So I'm very happy. She's a fellow Californian. She's in NorCal, which is where I used to live. I know I live up there, and I do miss it sometimes. Not the weather as much, because today it's like really warm, but I do miss it sometimes. But she's returned. She was on the show a couple of years ago. It's been a couple of years. She's the Clutter Coach. We had her on the show because of one of her books that drew my attention, and I contacted her then. It was her 5 minutes to a relaxing bedroom. To get that out. But she's also the author of 52 Simple Ways to Get Organized, and both those books were were amazing to me. And I contacted her the first time we had a show. She also has 2 audio programs: 7 Steps to Successful Organizing, 5 Ways to Beat Procrastination and Get Things Done. I tell you guys all the time, procrastination is your enemy, not your friend. Stop saying hi to procrastination. I knew that. But she also has a podcast that's out. I tell you guys all the time, I love seeing other organizing podcasts out there. She's had at least 85 episodes, you guys. I think it's even probably more than that. But it's called Clutter Coach Organize Your Life podcast. I'm just so happy to have her back on the show. She's just a great person. Miss Claire Tompkins. Hi, Claire.
Hi, James. It's nice to be back.
Yes, welcome back. So I was like, it's been a while, and so listeners, you can go on iHeartradio, you can go on Spreaker.com, iTunes, and hear our episode. It's on for a while back. You have to scroll all the way down because there's a while right there. But I just want to check in with you. I mean, so how are things going for you and your business these days?
Things are good. I think I told you earlier that I'm planning something new. I don't know if we want to talk about that then or later in the show.
We can talk about it a little later show, but you're planning something new, so that's good.
Yes. And yeah, the podcast is going strong. It's every single week. It's not like yours. Yours is an interview format. Mine is me talking, but it's only 5 minutes long, so you can hardly not listen to it.
That's true, folks. For folks who have like a quick lifestyle or are busy, you have time to listen to her. You can listen to her. It's time. She has a great voice. She has a lot to say. I would say, I've listened to her podcast. It's great. You get nice. You walk away with takeaways, and we all need those, right?
Right. And small bites usually work better than big chunks.
I agree.
Trying to make a change. Yeah.
Well, because our brains sometimes are worked. We have a lot going on already. We can't really take in much more, right?
Right. Yeah. And it's a big, overwhelming topic, so you can kind of scare yourself off if you try to make too much change at once. That's
so true. I had to explain to somebody the other day. They're like, "Well, if you see this big pile in front of you, don't you want to clear it out?" I'm like, "So for some people, yes, but for many people, they see a huge pile and they just give up."
Yes. right. You just walk away.
Right. It's too much.
That's true.
Yes. That's always my analogy. It's like, because people think you see a big mess. You got like, no, yes, some people think that not everybody's wired that way. And also, I think it also depends on your life at the moment, like what's going on. We have people who are taking care of aging parents, or they have children, or their job is 80 hours a week. Like, it's just all kinds of things that are going on. And so, like you, Claire, I'm very much a small. Well, my motto is small steps lead to large rewards. I'm all about the small steps. I mean, they're just as important, right, than a large step, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. And really, any kind of changes you make that are positive, you've got it. You did it.
Right.
You don't have to do the whole enchilada at once.
Yes, folks. Please, it's okay to start small. It's okay.
Yes.
I mean, come on. And what you kind of said, and also celebrate the small steps that are made.
That is very important. Yeah, we tend to, I don't know, it's something about human nature that we are much more inclined to look back at our mistakes and the things we did wrong and ruminate over those. And we forget that we actually did something, even if it was a little thing, that was very positive and will continue to be positive going forward. Even if it's just remembering to floss your teeth every day.
No, right? I mean, it's serious. No, I mean, we laugh about it, but seriously, there are a lot of people out there who are taught you can only celebrate if it's quote unquote a big thing.
Yes. Right.
And that's not really, I mean, because I have people say, well, I used to have bosses who are really good about this. So we get these little things done. Well, that's great, but. Well, that's nice, but. I hate no but. No buts. No.
It's also been shown that if you are to really cement a habit, it has to be a positive thing. People they don't do anything they don't want to do, truly. That's the bottom line.
Right.
So if you can give yourself a little celebration, that will give you a little burst of dopamine, and that will help kind of cement that new habit in there as a positive thing to do.
Yes.
So there's science behind this.
There is. I know. I'm glad you said it. There is. There totally is. Now, we'll get to your newer thing, I guess, later. We'll get to your newer thing later, because one of the things I want to talk about, I listened to your podcast episode 85, because in this industry, and I said this before in my break, there's not always just one way to get somewhere. There can be several roads that lead to a desired effect, and just different techniques. That's why I love talking to other organizers, because I'm learning things too. I want to talk about your working backwards technique. I had never heard it before. I'd never seen it before. And I'm very curious. I want the listeners to hear about this. I'm very curious.
Cool. Okay. Well, I learned about it in the context of a goal-setting workshop that I took.
Okay.
So the premise was that if you work backwards from your goal, it can be a lot easier to see the steps that you took to get to this big goal. And we were talking about things that you want like in 5 years.
Okay.
But I realized that you can use this for any type of project where you feel stuck. And part of it works for many reasons, and I will talk about all of them.
Yes.
Partly it's about visualizing. If you visualize something, it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. If you have some kind of a concrete vision of how things might work out, then you're always going to be improving your results. And that's, I think I read about this a long, long time ago about an Olympic athlete who had sustained a pretty serious injury, so she couldn't really train. But she trained in her mind for months and months and months. She watched videos and she just imagined herself doing her event, and she got on the team.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's kind of incredible. So what you go through in your mind, it has a very similar effect to doing things in the real world.
Well, your mind is powerful. People don't realize that. It's very powerful.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Then writing things down is also super important. I'm always encouraging people to do this, because you can have a plan in your mind or an idea of something you want to do, but it's kind of vague, and it's not even written in language, because your brain, especially if you're more of a right brain person, doesn't use language.
That's true. Very true. Yes.
But if you want to bring action into this real concrete world that we also live in, you have to write things down, or at least tell somebody else, and you'll find yourself realizing that you've omitted big details, or that certain things are just they're just pretty half-baked, basically. So when you have to write something down or explain it to a person who doesn't know what you're talking about, you are forced to make this thing more real, so that it can come into the world and live. I
like that. No, that's true. Very true. I like that.
Yeah. So back to the working backwards thing. You visualize the end event. Say you want to have a book that got published.
Okay.
So maybe what would be the last thing that you did before that book got published? Well, it might be that you did the kind of final proofreading. And you might even hire somebody else to do the proofreading. Okay. It might be that you reviewed the cover art. So already now we're realizing, wow, that was a real book, and you have to do all these really specific things to make it happen. And it just starts it's almost like a breadcrumb trail that's coming toward you out of nowhere. It's being formed in the future. It's coming toward you.
I mean, I'm already thinking like myself, going, okay, what if I had a title for a book first? What if I did that? What if I worked on the cover art first of the book?
You could do that. You could actually work on it, but the technique I'm describing is you almost, it's kind of fun to just draw it out, like draw a box, publish book, then draw an arrow pointing to the left, which is backwards, signed off on the cover art. Then another arrow pointing to the left, going backwards. Did the final proofreading, and then there's I decided what the chapters would be. I dreamed the book in my sleep one night, and I woke up feeling so happy. You keep kind of forming it because you see in the end already. You can now describe the story.
I like that.
It sounds kind of abstract, but you can try it on something much simpler too. I am going to clear out this linen closet.
Right. Right. No. I'm sitting here thinking. I'm like, okay, no, I'm getting what you're saying. I go, yes, okay. That's very well. I mean, it goes in line with Oprah and all them saying you speak into existence what you want. Look at the end game and all those things we're told now you should do in visualization and you're hitting people too. Many of us are. I'm an artist, so many of us are visual.
Right.
So I write things down all the time. I have to.
Yes. Cool. Yeah, because you know that it's just kind of milling around in your brain, and it won't come out into the real world unless you write things down.
Yes. I have to. Well, I feel like I have to. It's funny you say that. I feel like I have to purge it out. Like I have to. I feel. Sometimes I feel physically when an idea comes to. I always carry notebooks everywhere I'm at. I always have notebooks in every bag and Post-it notes, everything. I have things everywhere because when an idea comes, sometimes I have to purge it out, and in a good way. I feel like I have to get it out, and when I see it, then it is more real. It's real to me. And I go, okay, now I'll work on that tonight, or work on that later. But once I have it out, I feel good.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Another reason that works is that your mind will kind of chew on something endlessly unless you kind of get it out onto paper, and you can rest because it's been captured. You don't have to have it rattling around in there, distracting you from other things you need to think about.
Definitely. Because I do. I feel clear. I feel like once I write it out, then I'm good, and then I go to the next thing. And or whatever. Maybe necessarily I shouldn't say necessarily the next thing, but just like I can think about what's for dinner or something. Something else. Sometimes it's that visceral for me. Sometimes where I feel like I have to get it out, and I have whether it's a word or a sentence, just a thought. And then so I may be the extreme on someone, but I always feel that way. I always feel like I gotta get it out, and once I get it out, I feel good. I feel okay. I can exhale now. That's there, and I can get to it whenever I want to get to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
But see, like you said, you've written books and stuff. So yes, so I see your analogy. Those are some of the larger things, but also, like you said, getting organized. So you're thinking like, okay, the sock drawer. It can be something that small, right? I mean, anything. Anything. The junk drawer in the kitchen. That one in the kitchen. It can be anything, right?
Yeah. Yes, it can. And if you do pick something larger though, and you find yourself getting kind of, it's just too vague. I just don't know what would happen. Imagine that you're thinking about it for somebody else. So I'm going to imagine James published a book. What did he do right before the book was published? Because it's so much easier to you don't kind of wake up your inner gremlins when you're talking about somebody else.
I like that. It's true. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. So think of somebody else. Okay. Well, they did this. So so it's almost. Not quite, though, but almost removing yourself a second to the side a little bit.
Yeah. It lets you be more objective. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Because you don't have to worry about, I was supposed to write the book 5 years ago, and I still haven't done it, and then, then you get completely off track.
Yeah, that part's true.
And certainly people who want to get organized and reduce their clutter, they often are in that position, right?
Yes.
I've had people just sort of like look down at the floor and say, well, these boxes have been here for like 5 years. Yeah, it's 5 years.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I had a client recently where we pulled out an outfit that in the jacket pockets had a receipt from the last time they wore that outfit at.
Right.
And it said 2011, and this was last year. And I think that seeing that receipt triggered for her, get rid of this. I haven't worn it in 6 years. Like she was like, oh my! It was like a wake up call for her. It was it was very interesting to see because it was like there was actual proof, in the pudding that you hadn't wore this for 6 years. Here's a receipt telling you when you wore it last.
Yeah, some people can be totally motivated by that and say, well, that's out then. Obviously, I don't need that. But some people will just immediately start feeling guilty that they hadn't gotten rid of it for so long. So, yeah, you got to know your client to know how to deal with that.
That's very true also, yeah. So yeah, it could have went the other direction of, oh my God, what's wrong with me? But then I client, we kind of went through that a little bit. It was like, you have 2 years worth of bills sitting here that have been paid, but you haven't organized them or filed them or just sitting here. It's like, and they felt bad about that. It's like, we had to talk to them, like calm them down from, because I want to say this to everybody out there, and I say this all the time off for all my show, there is no shame. There is no shame. There is no shame. Things happen because they happen. They happen the way they happen. Us as organizers and life coaches and support staff are here to not judge you, but to help you change. Change it.
Right. Because we can't change the past now. We can change the way we think about it, but the biggest piece of information here is that you've hired somebody. You're making improvements now, and here's where we live, in the present, and we are moving forward now. That's all that really matters.
That's all that matters. I agree with that. Now, you and I were talking beforehand about you doing more of the larger picture instead of specific. So, what is your new venture, or what new thing that you're moving into these days?
Well, the biggest thing that I'm excited about now is that I am going to start a group coaching program.
Yay! Good. That's good. Yes.
It'll be online, obviously, because I want to be able to reach as many people as possible. Although I'm going to keep it small because I do want to be able to, have people not so much get individual intention from me, which they will, but I want people to get to know each other in the group, because helping each other in a group coaching program is just invaluable.
I agree.
So the idea that it would probably have a monthly theme. So the program would keep going, indefinitely. But each month we'd have a new theme. I'm thinking the first one would probably be procrastination.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So there would be a monthly live video call.
Oh, good.
Everybody could be on, and I would record that in case people can't make it.
Yeah.
And during that call, I'll present some new information, and I'll also give homework. And then the rest of it is going to be the participants either asking questions or, reporting their progress, helping each other, giving advice, troubleshooting, all that kind of stuff. And there'll be a Facebook group page that people can share their progress on.
Good.
And also a weekly email check-ins from me to kind of make sure that you're staying on task.
Yeah.
So that's the basic design so far. I'm pretty excited about it because I know that programs like this really work for people. I have 2 coaches of my own.
Okay.
And man, if I didn't have them to bounce ideas off of and just kind of remind me of things that I said before.
Yes.
And to remind me of the progress that I've made. I fall into that too.
Yeah. I have a mentor coach too, so I understand.
Yeah, It's just so great to be able to tell somebody you're going to do something and then know that they're holding it for you.
Yes.
Yeah, there's people can't, you can't do life on your own.
And oh my gosh, I said, I did a blog post a while back called, no person is an island. And it's about that because I became a certified life coach in April, it'll be 4 years ago. But it was a peer coaching setup. It was also it was a call-in. It was a small class. We had 12 people. A few died off. It just kind of happens sometimes. A few died off due to the course. So I would say there was like a core of 10 people and our teacher trainer. And I loved it because you said you don't get exactly one-on-one per se. You get some, but we were buddied up with somebody. And having that buddy made the whole difference. Completely.
Yes.
Completely.
Yeah. And about the one-on-one thing, I find that, somebody in a group will ask the leader a question, and it'll be the exact thing that you have a problem with, too.
Yeah.
So you're going to be hearing, but maybe you hadn't even formulated the question yet.
Yes.
So even just hearing the answers to all of everybody else's questions is going to help you more than you even know in advance, because they're in different places, but you're all going for the same goal.
I agree. It's like all the salmon swimming upstream. All the birds going south for the winter. We're all, the goal is, it's a group goal. You have your own personal goals, I'm sure, but then you have a group goal and objective. And you may hear somebody, and you're right, you hear people talking, you're like, oh yeah. Or it may say things you haven't thought of before. They may say something, you're like, I didn't think about that, but you're right. And then you get the answer.
Yes.
You get the answer.
And you've got all these other people celebrating with you, too, which makes it much sweeter.
Being with like-minded people can make the difference, and I've been trying to do that personally on a professional level. If that makes any sense. I've been trying to make sure I surround myself with other organizers or other life coaches or people who are just in fields that are creative. I like to be with other artists.
Right.
It can really stimulate and also kind of blanket and give you a hug when you're in the same business, when you have the same kind of goals and feelings.
Right. Yeah. It's true. So if anybody is interested in joining this program, I would be happy to answer more questions. They can email me at claire@cluttercoach.net.
Yes, and she's also at cluttercoach.net also. You can go there and see more about her and all this stuff. And again, this is our former podcast. You can hear more about her background. But she's more than qualified, folks. And I completely, I mean, seriously, it's like I would go to her. And this course would be really great for you guys. I think it's something that's I believe it's needed. I think we need more people going out there and doing more group stuff. I think group stuff really works. I think it's just there's some other groups out there here and there, but I think this kind of approach, small groups, learning about just kind of, like I said, procrastination, time management, or life management, money management. Just anything. I mean, we need that. I mean, and again, to have supportive people with you while you're going through this journey, you don't feel like you're alone. Because I'm sure people feel like, this. People feel like they're by themselves, or like it's just me, and they're like, no, it's not just. I mean, of course, a million people go through the same thing, but you do feel that way sometimes. Because you're at your house and you can't get to your kitchen, or you can't find your car keys every day. I mean, that can really wear you down.
Yeah, and I think it's also just a sort of a human nature thing that people imagine that they are the only ones that have this problem.
Yes. It's very human nature.
Even just finding out that there are other people who have the same problem.
Right.
And you can all, solve it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That it's also, you can solve it, it's solvable.
Yeah, right.
That it's something that it's not so far-fetched. Or it's this esoteric idea. It's not way over there. It's right here in front of you. And there are people who can help you see that and get you there.
Yes.
And Claire Tompkins is one of them. She is.
Thank you.
She is.
Well, I forgot to tell you this before.
Please,
I'm going to be a guest coach on a coaching program that's more for goal setting called the Unstuck School.
I like that. The Unstuck School, I like that. Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of new. So he's going to have me on for the motivation segment.
Oh.
So I'll be coaching his group. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. He's a good guy.
That's it. Well, I wonder if you're interested to come on my show. I mean, I should get information from you.
Sure.
And talk to them. They think that because people are always stuck. People are always stuck. They need to get unstuck.
Yeah.
But that's great that you're doing that, and that's, I mean, you're gonna be great. So that they're lucky to have you. It's really good.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, the thing is, you and I, we like to share knowledge, and that's something that I not every person does that. That's why that's a nice large industry, and there's some people who are they're in the trenches working, and there's some of us who have done that, but also now we want to share and spread it around to other people.
Right.
And get out to other people, and you're like me. You're one of those people. We want to get out to other people. I mean,
yes.
This isn't. I want people to know this isn't an industry where everything's hidden. It's mine. No, it's for everyone. And
it is.
Yes. There is.
And it has to be a thing where you are taking action. It's not like I can just hand you my book and you're suddenly going to be organized. It does take, practice and encouragement and consistency, certainly.
Yes. Now, actually, one last thing I want to ask you, and this is kind of a little off topic, but kind of on topic. I'm just really curious. I've been asking people, what are some of your feelings about the sparking joy, bringing joy kind of movement in organizing? Because for me, I read the book, and it's very Asian centric in how they live over there, especially. But how do you feel it translates here in America?
Well, I know some people balk at she kind of anthropomorphizes objects.
Yeah.
And not everybody is on board with that. But I think the basic idea about the sparking joy, it actually has been shown that people, especially with hoarding disorder, when they touch an object, they re-engage with it strongly, very, very strongly. So it might not be the best technique for them. But if you hold something and you really are not getting any kind of hit on it, like this is really not very interesting or fun, or I don't like it, I don't need it in my life, then that can be great. But I also think it's important to remember that it's not just, organizers aren't around to, make you get rid of everything that you're not using right this second.
Thank you.
You can still love something and you can keep it. That's fine. As long as you can still move around your home without being unsafe or, so cluttered that you can't ever find anything. Because if you have a whole bunch of things that you love, but you can't even find them, it's the exact same thing as not having them at all.
Yep. Ooh, I like that. Yes, I like that. The whole paragraph you just said, of the highlight, that's such a good paragraph. Yes. Organizers are not out to just tell you to get rid of everything. That doesn't solve the problem.
No.
It doesn't solve it at all. And we understand that there are emotions and feelings in objects.
Mm-hmm.
There is, and varying degrees.
Yes.
So I like that.
Yeah. The idea is for you to be happy in your office or home, be able to do your work, be able to live your life more easily with less stress. The only reason I ever kind of promote a more minimal lifestyle is just that every single object that you own takes time and energy from your life. It just does.
Yes.
You've got to look after it. You've got to change the batteries. You've got to remember where you put it. You've got to clean it. You've got to remember who you loaned it to and get it back. It's just, it's like, it's almost like, not quite like a child, but it's a responsibility. So the more of that you have, the more stuff you're keeping track of, it's a little bit of a psychic drain.
Ooh, I like that.
If that's okay with you, that's fine. But if you can realize that and realize that all these things don't need to be in your life, then I think life is less stressful. I have some clients who are very, they love beauty. They love clever things. They're just, they think a lot of things are wonderful. So I talk to them about being an appreciator rather than a collector. So they can still get the experience of this object or this artwork or this piece of clothing, but they don't have to own it.
I like that. Appreciator. Okay, I like that. Yes.
Yeah. Because I tell them, you go to museums too, and you have a great time. You love the artwork, but you don't try to take it all home with you.
Right.
You can't.
Right. That's so true. But also, like you said something a little earlier, I just want to say really quick. You said it earlier, unsafe. Long as you're not unsafe, because I want to stress people too. Having a lot of stuff creates so many unsafe problems. We're talking cords, having excess car. I went in one house, they had the thing booby trapped. It seemed like. Just to turn the lights on, and I was like, I brought an electrician in. I brought an electrician in and said, let them know. I want you to, because you're the expert. I can say this, but you're an expert. Let them know how much of a fire hazard this is.
Yes, yeah.
And they did, and it scared the people straight, so to speak, until they get it out. But it's like there's that, boxes being on top of each other, you trying to reach for something, and falling, everything falls. There's so many unsafe things.
Yeah, that's not good. Then the things are taken over.
Yeah.
And that you need to be in charge. But if there's so many things, then they kind of inevitably will take over.
Yes. But I'm just glad you mentioned the word unsafe. I want to make sure people, we're not just saying this stuff just like, get out of your room. Just like, I'm just saying sometimes it is a health hazard to have so much clutter or have things placed in places that could be dangerous also. So, because I know people I've had clients who have fallen from steps, ladders, and things because that one thing's way up there because they can't put it anywhere else. They can't put it closer.
Ooh, yeah.
You know how it is. I mean, I have clients who are like, there's the crock pot. It's way, because the kitchen's so cluttered. But that one time a year, they want to get that crock pot. And where it could have been closer to them and lower, but it's way up there, and they're trying to reach it, and they fall backwards, break their back, hurt themselves. Geez. I mean, I've had that so I know it's or Christmas decorations. I had one person I worked with who had it's just bins stacked so high and was trying to reach that top bin. I said, let's just go through and see what's broken, what's the unusable, what's old, and we did. We reduced. I can tell you, just for example, she had one stack of like 8 bins, plastic bins. We got it down to 3. And we used it. And almost, oh my God, I was thinking almost like your method of circling back around to the working backwards technique. I asked her how she envisioned her garage. And she's, I envisioned it no higher than 3 per stack. And we did kind of, in a weird way, kind of work back. I didn't think about it the way you said it. We worked kind of backwards. We're like, okay, that's our. Am I saying it right? Because I'm like, we worked it where we're like, okay, 3 per stack. So we started making sure we got down to 3s. And now her garage is beautiful. But I guess, in a weird way, we kind of took a little bit of what you were saying. I mean, it was kind of, I didn't think of that until just now. We envisioned the end, and we kind of worked backwards.
Yes, because you implanted that vision, so your conscious and your subconscious mind are both working toward that. Like, it doesn't look. That's like, I think I probably mentioned this before, that concept that's attributed to Michelangelo, which they were asking him how he carved this beautiful statue, and he said, well, the statue was inside this hunk of marble. I just had to remove all the stuff that wasn't the statue.
Wow, that's very
cool. Isn't that cool?
That's very profound.
He could see it in there.
Yeah.
So he just took away whatever was not the statue. So that's kind of, that's a really very conceptual way of thinking about your garage. Remove all the things that aren't the ideal garage.
Right. I just oh my God, I had a moment. I'm going to tell you. See you guys 3 years into this business, into this radio show, and 9 years into this business, I still have epiphanies, and that's what's so beautiful.
That's great.
And Claire just gave me an epiphany. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together until just now. We kind of did that. That's kind of what we, not knowing that was the technique, but we kind of did that. We envisioned, I asked her, what do you envision the garage look like? And then she told me. And now her garage looks that way.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, well, there you go, kids. We'll end it on that note because I'm ending on a high. Claire, you're the best. You're the best, Claire. It's just, I'm so glad you came back on the show again.
Well, me too, and it's fun to talk to you because, you say epiphany, but I am always, thinking up getting great ideas from my clients or just from the work that we do because I have such enthusiasm and passion for what I do, and you do too. Yeah, I do, yeah. And I'll tell you, I just think it's just great to always have an open mind to what could come into, what could you bring into your life, and different techniques, and that you're about education too. Like you're learning, you're open to learning. The learning never stops. It never stops. It shouldn't. That's the beautiful thing. Yes, if we're fortunate. So this is Claire Tompkins. She's cluttercoach.net. So good, and I'll actually be posting links to her stuff once again on our Super Organizer show page, so you can actually directly just link to her. And if you have any questions or want to join her group that's coming up, her group coaching and all that, and you can always ask me questions. If you want me to connect you with her, I can do that too. We'll make it as easy as possible for you. Make it easy as possible. And definitely, let's let the listeners know that I will give them a special intro price for this group coaching program if they told me that they heard it on your show. Oops, folks. Okay, that's what you do. Say the SOS show or Super Organizer show. Tell her, and she's gonna give you a price. Okay, that's great. Yes, please do. And I'll be, again, you guys, this is on IHeartradio, this is on Spreaker.com, iTunes, it's on my pages, the SOS show on Facebook, and the SOS_ show, because someone else has it already on Twitter. Couldn't believe that, so I had to get an underscore. So we're on there too, and you'll find us here. Claire, thanks once again. You're welcome, James. It was delightful. Thank you. MakeSpace.com, a full-service storage startup in New York City, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and Chicago. Never visit a storage unit again. Your stuff is picked up, stored for you, and brought back to you whenever you need.
go to www.makespace.com or go to Twitter @makespace or go to Facebook, makespace.com. They're also on the App Store and iTunes. Go there and visit them for more details. They are there for you and your storage needs. This is a Super Organizer Show with James Lott Jr. I am James Lott Jr., Super Organizer. So that's all we have for today. I want to thank Claire Tompkins for being on the show. She's just a friend of mine and a great professional organizer. And so fellow Californian, holding down Northern California, thanks for being on the show. I want to thank all of you for listening, watching, downloading, sharing, commenting. Please do. So wherever you find this, if you can, comment, rate it, share it, follow. We are on iHeartradio, of course. We are on Spreaker.com. We are on iTunes. You can go there. Occasionally I have a few episodes on SoundCloud. I have a few episodes on my YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is JLJ Media. SoundCloud is James Lott Jr. But you can find all these episodes and past ones just about everywhere. And you go on there, take a look, listen, save. Like I said, talk about it. If you're a person who wants to be on the show, contact me, let me know. I'm at James Lott Jr. everywhere in the universe. Or if you think this somebody I should talk to, pass them along to me. I don't know everybody. I read, I'm trying to get out there. Let me know. Or if there's a topic or questions you'd like me have me to answer, I'd love to do that. You can send them to me, and I will answer them live on the air. I enjoy doing this show so much. And this officially is 2 years that I actually changed the name of the show. Originally, the show was the Super Organizer Universe Show, but it's spelled out sour. But now I decided, I took a little break, and I decided to change it on February 5th to the Super Organizer Show, so it spells out SOS. And I had James Lott Jr. So congratulations for 2 years since I've changed it. Our 3-year anniversary is in June, so that's later on this year, a few months from now. But time flies when you're having fun. Everyone, have a great, organized, time-managed week.